Why were Tori and Amy Roloff fighting? Amy Roloff reveals devastating loss in her family. And, finally, Karen Chandler breaks up with Matt Roloff's? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Regretfully, the Roloff family, who gained notoriety on the reality show Small People, Big World, has lost a lot of loved ones over the years. In spite of all the suffering they have endured, the family has become closer. A tribute to Matt's dad, Ronald, the well-known actor Matt Roloff wrote a heartfelt farewell to his father, Ronald James Roloff, who died suddenly earlier this year at the age of 84. The dead person's son wrote a heartfelt obituary, a week filled with sadness for the Roloff family. Last night, my dad, who is affectionately referred to as Papa by his 10 grandkids and 10 great-grandchildren, departed in peace to be with his Lord and Savior, the statement read. Many people were inspired by Ron, who was a wonderful spouse, father, grandparent, and great-grandfather. His sincere passion for people was evident to everyone who ever engaged with him. His devotion to Jesus was clear both during his lifetime and in the last hours of his life. Before his death, Matt had already discussed his father's fight with chronic lymphocytic leukemia. In addition to having to say goodbye to his sibling far too young, Matt also had to cope with the death of his father. Josh Roloff died in 1999 when he was 34 years old. As a young boy, doctors found that he had serious lung and cardiac issues. For many years after his departure, his family has kept up the remembrance of him. Josh was a great son, brother, uncle, and friend who was with us for far too little time. They even included a chapter about Josh in their book, Small Family, Big Values. We all think of you frequently, miss you, and eagerly anticipate meeting you again in the presence of our Jesus. When Amy, Matt's ex-wife, announced she was engaged to Chris Marek, her mother Patricia Knight died suddenly. In 2019, she admitted that the previous 2 weeks had been quite the experience. Different emotions. I'm overjoyed that Chris asked me to be his wife. Very sad because my sister informed me the following day that she had died. And my father informed me that she was in the hospital a few days after my mother's death. She died on the 24th. Desperation overcame me, and my heart hurt. I didn't know how I ought to feel. Jacob, the son of Matt and Amy, might have met his brother-in-law at some point. He married his wife, Isabelle, in 2019. However, it's unclear when they met. Unless, of course, it happened prior to 2012. Tom Scarrington, Isabelle's brother, will never have met Jacob. Tom's died in a terrible railway accident. Both Isabelle and Jacob have sons, and Isabelle has promised that her son will know everything there is to know about his uncle. He'll know all about you, she said last year. How every time I cried, you would make me grin. How you created some truly amazing music before you passed away. My son will know you very well, Uncle Tom's. Just 2 years after her brother's death, Isabelle lost her mother, Toni Garrison. She wrote on social media at the time, "Sorrow is an interesting beast. You may be driving down a road in your hometown that you and your mother have traveled frequently 1 minute and then suddenly find yourself having to apply the brakes. At that same moment, I think I smelled her scent. Hear her laugh. Everything shows how much I cherished her. She's famous. Because they were mine to keep of her. All the memories came flooding back. We were always together. And I will continue to travel this path with her for many more times, always missing her." Amy Roloff has starred on TLC for over 10 years, but that doesn't mean that she is a fan favorite. Here are some reasons why Lpbw fans don't like Amy. Despite being a mainstay on Little People, Big World, Amy Roloff's handling of her relationships with her ex-husband Matt Roloff and their 4 kids has left TLC fans disappointed. The Roloff children, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, have all grown up with partners and children of their own after 22 full seasons and 16 years on TV. Furthermore, Amy, the former co-owner of the Roloff farm in Oregon, no longer has a legal claim to the prosperous pumpkin patch. In 2016, after nearly 3 decades of marriage, Amy and Matt got divorced. And as part of the settlement, Matt purchased Amy's farm. Although Amy and Matt's split permanently altered Little People, Big World, the two ex-partners quickly fell in love with other people. Karen Chandler and Matt first connected more than 10 years ago when Karen started working on the farm. Dated from the beginning of 2017. However, following a 2-year engagement, Amy married Chris Marek in August 2021. Even though Amy plays the role of the Roloff matriarch, Little People, Big World wouldn't be the same without her. But that doesn't mean the 57-year-old is the audience's favorite. In actuality, Amy is disliked by fans. The main arguments against Amy becoming the favorite Roloff family member among TLC viewers are listed below. Amy and Matt stated their intention to officially separate as early as 2014, despite the fact that they filed for divorce in 2015. Amy is not without fault, even though some people think that Matt and Karen were hanging out behind Amy's and the kids' backs. Many people think that Amy hung up on her divorce and did not give herself enough time to mature as a single woman before she married Chris. Simply before Amy was married again, an honest pen said, "I just keep getting the vibe that Amy is only marrying Chris because she wants to be married." One Redditor who concurred with the message was AgnewStay07, who added, "Before being involved with someone else, I wish Amy had figured out how to handle her apparent resentment towards Matt and Karen." Zach's twins, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, are of ordinary height and do not have achondroplasia, the type of dwarfism Amy inherited. Fans have frequently accused Amy of favoring Zach and Jeremy above Molly and Jacob since the first several seasons of Little People, Big World, even though Zach is the only Roloff child currently on the show. As Amy, who has inspired fans, reflected on the Roloff's early years on TLC, Puzzle Job 22 said that she was 100% invested in the twins, 25% invested in Molly, and about 5% invested in Jacob. In another thread, Phantom of the Farm concurred, leaving a comment, "Unquestionably, Jacob and Molly were disregarded and neglected during their early years. The reason the twins are the subject of the show is because Amy is likewise preoccupied with them." Amy's behavior finally turns off Little People, Big World supporters, from her untidy home to her passive-aggressive remarks. TLC followers blame Amy for being quick to get upset when things weren't done her way, and for coddling Zach and Jeremy, even though viewers acknowledge that Matt has his own set of troublesome tendencies. Perplexed Job 22 said, "In summary, enabling kids and allowing them to grow up to not have any sense of responsibility means bad parenting." Amy appears to be very tough and harsh on camera, but the kids are largely out of control and do whatever they want anyway. Even though fans have had unfavorable opinions about Amy, Matt's ex-wife has no intention of leaving, particularly as the Roloffs continue to argue about the farm's future in season 26. Why were Tori and Amy Roloff fighting? Little People, Big World's binding house is Amy Roloff. The mother of 4 has consistently made every effort to maintain the family's unity and stability. She is not a magician, though, as she also had a falling out with Matt Roloff, her husband, and the head of the family. But Amy and Matt split up because of Amy's alleged infidelity with Karen Chandler, the farm manager, who is now Matt's girlfriend. Because of their differing ideologies, even Jeremy and Zach and their wives, Audrey and Tori, do not get along. Because of her family-holding abilities, she has managed to keep everyone happy regardless of the dynamics inside the family. But Tori, the star of Lpbw, disclosed something about herself that has the potential to alter popular perception. Lpbw, Tori talks about her argument with Amy Roloff and expresses hope that everything will be all right. Since Matt Roloff, the patriarch of the family, chose to sell the land, things have gone a bit haywire. Lpbw adherents would be aware that the decision marked the beginning of the family's main disputes. After their divorce, Matt and Amy's plans to leave the land to their children as a legacy were altered. Small individuals Zach and Jeremy, Big World's twin brothers, attempted to purchase the land but were unable to do so. Zach and his family relocated to Battleground, Washington during the conflict. Despite everything, Amy has always made an effort to keep the family harmonious. However, Tori revealed to the cameras that she and her mother-in-law, Amy Roloff, had a falling out on a recent episode of Lpbw. While the professional photographer was choosing a frock for a date night with Zach, the conversation erupted. She also sought her husband's view on the matter. Tori also disclosed how close she is to Amy. In the past, the Mill and Dill spent a lot of time together. The in-laws used to spend all of their time together and go shopping. The Lpbw alum acknowledged, though, that she and Amy had a rough patch some time ago. The mother of three also said that she wished she and Amy had a better relationship. While searching for additional information from the Little People, Big World star, the producers were unprepared for the unexpected revelation. Even though Tori didn't say anything in advance, the knowledge was startling. What didn't work out between Amy Roloff and Tori? Tori believes that she needs to make some changes to herself. The makers made an effort to find out why the tough patch occurred. As a result of Amy's constant and uninvited counsel, when she became a mother, Tori claimed there was a breach between them. She further stated that Zach attempted to lighten the atmosphere by interfering. "I have seen your work. I live with your work," is still Tori's preferred way to respond to Amy's advice, though. Sometimes she thinks she needs to be more receptive. This year has been difficult for Tori and Zach because of their protracted conflict with Matt Roloff. The pair has severed their relationship with him, particularly with Karen Chandler, his girlfriend. The patriarch of the family, however, believes Zach and Tori should move on from the past and focus on the future. Know more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.